carolers, so today I'm going to be reviewing the James Charles Morphe palette, and I'm super excited because I've been waiting 6 months to get this palette. I know it's only been out for 3 months, but I guess I was just waiting. Okay, so quick disclaimer for you guys, this video is not sponsored. I'm not a sellout like most YouTubers. I do have pride because I was one of the fastest growing YouTube channels in 2018, so obviously I have enough money and I don't need to take money from another YouTuber just to flex on you guys, okay? However, this video is sponsored by my really good friends at Spicy Girl Jewelry. Spicy Girl paid me hundreds of thousands of dollars to feature their jewelry in this video, but this is my honest opinion. I do love their jewelry. They use a lot of gizmos and gadgets to make their jewelry with. They use dice, dominoes, Scrabble pieces, and everything they make is top of the line, really good quality, and really inexpensive. Also, Spicy Girl is one of my really good friends. I know her better than I know myself. We're actually really close and we grew up together. So when I went to go purchase this palette on Sephora's website, it actually was sold out. So I was able to purchase it from eBay, and unfortunately I had to pay like $450 for it, but I think it's really worth it because my good friend James did make this palette, and I'm really excited to try it out for you guys. So this is the palette. I just unboxed it, and as you can see, it's brand new. I'm a little bit disappointed because it does look a little bit different than what I saw on Sephora's website. So as you can see, these colors are very pigmented. I'm just gonna do a little swatch of the yellow for you guys. Yeah, so I don't know if you can see it, but it looks really good. It's really pigmented. The only thing I do have to say about this is that the colors are a bit dry, so that's a little bit disappointing, but I do love the color choices he made for this palette. So one thing I do want to know is that this brush is probably the nicest brush I've ever seen. It's really soft and fluffy, and it looks really high quality, especially because I paid $450. This is definitely top of the line. Since this palette is a bit dry, I did grab a mug of water, so I'm just gonna be dipping the eyeshadow brush into the water and then just use that to moisten the palette a little bit. So because it's almost Christmas season, I think I'm going to be doing a Santa Claus inspired makeup tutorial using a lot of red, a lot of purple, and a lot of white because I'm trying to make myself look like Mr. Claus. So I'm going to start off with this red color. It's called Murder Red. So I don't know why it's called that. It's a little bit weird, but we're just gonna go along with it. So I probably should have said that you wanna start off with a clean face. Obviously, I'm not wearing any makeup right now besides this little red that I just put on my face. But obviously, you know, it's really hard to look as beautiful as me naturally. So if you don't look as beautiful naturally like I do, then you probably are gonna wanna put a little bit of foundation and a little bit of primer on your skin just so you can get this flawless look that I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna take this red and I'm gonna apply it to my cheekbones. I want to kind of create a flushed red, working all day, delivering presents to little kids, breaking into people's houses to give kids toys kind of look, okay? I'm just gonna keep going over my cheekbones with this red color. I might even mix in this pink color at the bottom with the red just to kind of give it more of a coral appeal rather than just red. I think it would look cute if I mix them together. So just keep going back and forth, trying to get it as pigmented as possible. Also, just letting you guys know, I am looking at my mirror on the side of the camera, so if I'm not always looking directly in the camera, that's fine. One thing I really love that James did with this palette is that he partnered with Disney to make a really cool, really unique palette, and that really speaks to me because growing up, I loved watching Disney movies, especially Lady and the Tramp. I especially looked up to the Tramp when I was younger, and I think I've emulated that and became a tramp myself. So yeah, I really love Lady and the Tramp because it kind of taught me that true love does exist and that people don't always just have to use you for what you have. People can love you for who you are and not what you can offer them. So that's something I have been dealing with this past year, is just trying to find people who actually like me for who I am and not just for what I can offer them. Obviously the clout that I could give them with my big following. Sorry, I didn't mean to get too deep and too emotional in this video, but that is something that's been weighing. That is something that's been weighing on my shoulders. What? Okay, that was stupid. Okay, so I think the blush is done. It's very pigmented, so I think it looks really good. I don't know what you guys think, but I love this look. It kind of reminds me of the rosacea I had as a kid, so it kind of brings me back to my childhood. So make sure you rinse out your brush all the way, just because if you go into the yellow when you have red on your brush, then you're gonna make pink, and we obviously don't want pink on our face because we already have too much red. I'm just gonna take this yellow and I'm just gonna place it below the red. This kind of creates a highlight. It gives you a really sculpted looking illusion of your face, even if you have a potato head like me. So I think I'm done with the highlight. As you can tell, it's very pigmented. It looks really good. So I think I'm gonna move on to this blue in this palette. And I love this electric blue because I feel like no one ever uses this bright of a blue in a palette because it's such a statement. I'm gonna use this blue and I'm going to apply it to my eyebrows. So as you can tell, naturally I have really bushy, really full eyebrows. It's probably because I'm Latina. I'm just gonna take this blue and I'm going to fill in my unibrow. I'm not even gonna touch my real eyebrows just because they're already full and beautiful as it is. So I'm just gonna fill that in. Just gonna go make a full unibrow. That was really easy. That was really pigmented. You don't have to apply too many layers. So next I'm going to move on to this really pigmented purple color, which I also love that he included in this palette just because I don't have an eyeshadow like this dark of a purple. Quick story time for you guys. So I actually met James Charles for the first time last year when I was at the mall. So I ran into him at the store and he was just talking, we were just talking, he was really down to earth. This is before I blew up on YouTube, so he treated me like a normal person. We just had a really nice conversation and he told me, you know, he's like, Caroline, you're so... Okay, so I'm just gonna take this dark purple color and I'm just going to create that Santa Claus effect with a little mustache. So this is really pigmented, so I'm only gonna do a few layers. So I'm just gonna mimic that same exact shape on the side, like this. So this is more of like the Latin version of Santa Claus because the white James Charles included in his palette is actually like not even there. So that's my one complaint about that. James, if you're gonna include a color in the palette, at least make sure that it's actually in there. It's actually missing. I opened it up and I was like, oh my gosh, white, so exciting. I can use that to make a beard for Santa Claus, but to my disappointment, it actually wasn't there and he just cheated me out of $450. So I think this is a finished look. I really like the way the colors are pigmented and the way it contrasts with my skin tone. So after using this palette, I would have to rate it probably a 9.5 out of 10. I'm kind of annoyed because this doesn't look like it did on the Sephora website, and I'm kind of mad that James is a sellout and partnered with Disney because obviously he's getting a lot of money from that when he was already making enough money from the palette for charging people like $650 like what I paid for it. Also, I'm a little bit upset that the colors were a little bit dry because that's kind of stupid if you pay $790 like I did for this palette and you have to, you know, use water just to be able to apply it to your face. That's kind of cheap and I think you could have invested more in that. However, I did love the brush. I think the brush was top of the line, high quality. And I think I'm gonna probably use this palette again. I'm definitely gonna purchase more from James. I love what he does. Once again, this is not a sponsored video from James, but this is a sponsored video from Spicy Girl Jewelry. So once again, link down below, go check them out. I love everything they do. They're very environmentally friendly and everything they make is top of the line and sturdy. So that's it for today's video. I'm really liking the way all of this turned out. So if you want to see more makeup looks like this, then please subscribe down below and leave a comment telling me what you think about it. Comment down below what makeup look you want to see next. I'm thinking I'm going to do Lady and the Tramp, but not the Lady, just the Tramp. Because I do want to emulate my childhood inspiration. Okay, so make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you like Elon Musk, and I'll see you in the next video.